Hello, I'm Toni Trisilius, owner of Cheap Scrapbook Stuff. Some of you may have stopped at our booths at some of the Midwest Expos, but today we're coming to you live virtually while you guys are in your home. Cheap Scrapbook Stuff is an online scrapbook store. We have about 6,000 SKUs in stock, and the best part of it is they're all on sale. They start at 10% off retail and go down to our bargain bins, which feature 25-cent paper and dollar embellishments. So before we get started today, I want to give a big shout out to Scrapbook Expo for putting together this fun day for us. Today we're going to talk about 6x6 paper pads. And if you guys are like me, I've always thought of 6x6 paper pads for a card maker. Never really thought about them for scrapbook layouts. But we're going to use them today, and we have about 15 layouts that we've done using 6x6 paper pads along with cardstock or patterned paper. First thing I want to do is go through the 6x6s because there's a couple differences among manufacturers. Most of them have 24 pages, and most of them are double-sided. So that means that you can see that they're printed on both sides. Some of them, like this one, paper's only single-sided, so it's white on the back. So you want to be careful when you're shopping because 24 single-sided pages is not going to be the same as 24 double-sided pages. So just want to be careful when you're shopping. Now, what's the difference? Well, the difference between a 6x6 and the 12x12 paper is nothing. The pages in here coordinate with the 12x12 pages. It's just a reduced scale. So that's it. That's basically what you have in a 6x6. We'll move along right now into the designs. The first one I'm going to feature uses Cartabella's Passport collection. And this one I picked solely because I have no embellishments to go with it. So I just have cardstock and the 6x6 pattern paper pads. So you'll see that these layouts are pretty straightforward. So as I said, we're going to feature the first 6x6 Cartabella's Passport collection. This is a double-sided paper pad. So again, I had no embellishments with this, so these are pretty simple layouts that I did using 8 sheets of cardstock and my die cutting machine to do some titles. But in this one, you can see we just simply cut 4 different 6x6s in half on the diagonal, mounted them, put the title on it, a journaling box, and then we're done. The next layout I took and I did 4 4x4 squares, and then I did 4 3x3 squares, which only used up, again, 3 pages, another sheet of cardstock, and I've got another very simple layout. Moving along. This one, I took 2 whole pieces of paper and used them in the center, matted them with cardstock, and then again cut 2 more sheets on the diagonal, put the borders on there, photo mats, and a journaling box, and we're done. And then the last one that I did, I took and used 1/2-inch strip and just pieced it together around the border, and then took a couple different circle punches, 2 different sizes, punched out a bunch of circles from the leftover paper, cardstock for the photo mats, a journaling box, the title, and we're done. Now, the adhesive product I'm using for this layout is really just the Scrapbook Adhesives Easy Runner. I like the Grand Refill. That's my favorite. And we stock these 25% off every single day. For those of you that don't like the big Easy Grand Runner, we have the regular Easy Runner. We sell the runner with the refill, a couple different combo packs. Again, 25% off all day, every day, no discount code needed on all Scrapbook Adhesive products. The cardstock that I've used is American Crafts cardstock, which we sell, all the colors, 45 cents a sheet. You can buy it in any quantity you want. And the last product I want to highlight on these layouts is for the die cut letters. I've used a product by Scrapbook Adhesive called these die cut adhesive sheets. Now these are pretty interesting because they're double-sided adhesive. So you pull back the liner and stick the cardstock on there. Run it through your die cutting machine. Stick the cardstock right on there, run it through the die cutting machine, and I get the letters, which are now adhesive on one side and cardstock on the other side. So similar to a Xyron machine, same thing, except this one you would put it on before you cut it out. And these come in 3 different sizes. There's the 6x12, which is the one I used, the 4x6 adhesive sheets, and there's also the big 12x12 adhesive sheets. So again, we stock those 25% off retail all day, every day. So that's the very simplest layout that we did, Passport. Now we're going to move on to another collection called Merry Christmas. Now, Merry Christmas, again, is a Cartabella line, and we have embellishments with this line, so these pages are a little fancier. But again, the same concept. We took the 6x6 pages, just cut them in half to make triangles, and laid them out around the page. Embellished it with some letters that we had in our stash and some ephemera. And stickers and chipboard. The next layout, we made a border using washi tape. So we took this washi tape and we laid it all around the border, and it looks like your cardstock is matted on patterned paper, which it's not. And again, just 2 full sheets on the page, some photo mats, and embellished it. Now, this layout was a little bit more time consuming. We took 2-inch squares and set them up on the diagonal, and then filled it in with squares that were cut in half. Used the washi tape for a border, and then on this side, we just pieced together a 3-inch strip, one on each side, to give it a look of a 12x12 border. And then the last one with this collection, same thing. We did the border here, and we did along the bottom, we took one of the pages and cut it into squares. I have some extras. I thought I had extras. But we fussy cut out squares on one of the pages and lined them along the bottom, again with some ripped cardstock just to give it some definition, and a strip of washi tape, and then embellished it with the chipboard. So there you have it. Another one done a little bit more embellished with embellishments. Okay, the next one I'm going to feature is a fancy pants one called Howl. Now this was the single-sided paper, so we didn't have quite as many options, but we still made it work. And my layouts got messed up. Here we go. So again, just took 2 pages as they are, laid them back to back, a strip of cardstock, and alternated it with a strip of patterned paper. Dressed it up with some more embellishments, and we're good to go. And then the next layout, we took and made rectangles out of a couple of pages, rounded the corners, and used the patterned paper for our photo mounts. Added some chipboard, a photo frame, some puffy dots, and we're good to go. The next one, there we go, I got mixed up. We took and made a checkerboard out of 3-inch squares. So we lined up 3-inch squares in a checkerboard pattern, matted the photos, some chipboard, and we're good to go. And the last one we did with Howl we took strips and did a checkerboard with staggered strips. Again, no photo mats on this one. This one didn't seem to need it. And some more embellishments, and we're good to go. Now, another product that we could use instead of cardstock, if we wanted, is we have this Spectrum paper by Authentique. And it's a tone-on-tone, dots on one side, and lantern or stripes on the other side. But you can see for Howl, I pulled some colors that would coordinate nicely and would work if you wanted a little bit of definition or something beyond just plain cardstock for your background. The Spectrum papers we sell are 10% off each day, 10% off, and they go for $1.16. We carry the full line of the Spectrum papers. Those are by Authentique. Okay, the next one that I'm going to feature is from American Crafts, and it's Adventure Awaits. And what we did with Adventure Awaits is we used some coordinating pattern papers. So the 12 by 12 pattern papers, you can see here's the big 12 by 12 pattern paper, and here's the coordinating 6 by 6 paper. So we mixed it up within the layout. And we also took advantage of the coordinating embellishments, like in the previous ones, but the coordinating ephemera and the chipboard, and we used those to embellish the pages. So our first layout, oops. Our first layout, you can see we used the pattern that I had showed you, this paper, which we thought was really cute. And we just fussy cut it to make the border. So we fussy cut it around the squares to make the two border pages. And then just embellished it. So we've got some cardstock that we used for photo mats. We used the coordinating smaller print over here to match the bigger print. And then some embellishments, and we're good to go. The next one we did, again, we used the big print here and the coordinating smaller print here, and the big print here and the coordinating smaller print here. So it ties the two pages together. And you can see on some of these embellishments, they are raised. And what we've used on these layouts is some more scrapbook adhesive products. These 3D foam squares, which are fun. Different shapes, different sizes, and a new product from them, 3D foam circles and 3D foam strips. So circles, strips, and then there's also lines, which are very cool to use. I don't know if you can see, but it's just a small line, double-sided. Easy to put down, gives you a 3D effect. Okay. Moving on. Again, here we used the larger print, 2 small pages for the smaller print. Added some more smaller print and a coordinating page here, and we're good to go. Now, a couple other products that we stock that would be helpful. If you're gluing smaller items down, we do stock the Zig pens, multiple sizes. And those are 10% off every day. Again, no discount code needed. And then lastly, for journaling, for those of you that still do journaling handwritten, we do the American Crafts Precision Pens. And again, we stock these in multiple sizes, 10% off every day. So now I want to talk a little bit about some of the other products that we feature and our show specials. We feature from We Are Memory Keepers, They're photo sleeves. So we feature some different sizes for if you do pocket photos, pocket scrapbooking, or we do the 12 by 12s. And the full 12 by 12s we have in a 10 pack, a 50 pack, whoops, upside down, and a 100 pack. So those are available to you. Some other nifty products that you might not know about. They have these two different ones. This one is a 6 by 12, and this is an 8.5 by 11. And you might wonder, why would I use these? Well, you can use these to insert in between your layout if you have extra pictures. Now, I always have too many pictures for a double page spread. And here you can just put this in. You can add 6 pictures. You can use one for embellishments, one for a journaling box. Same thing here. This one's got a 6 by 12 and 2 4 by 6s. So some fun products there from We Are Memory Keepers. And again, those are 10% off all day, every day. So last thing I want to talk about are our fantastic show specials. So we have 5 6 by 6 paper pads, upside down, there we go, that we are featuring today for the screaming deal of $3. So you can see we've got 2 Cartabellas, an Echo Park, and 2 Fancy Pants 6 by 6s, $3. Now, in addition to the paper pads, we've got the coordinating products. So you can see there's Adventure Weights, and I didn't bring all of them with me for the display. I just grabbed a sampling of the coordinating products. But the coordinating products, so that includes any of the embellishments, any of the 12 by 12 papers, any of the collection kits, as well as the dies and stamps. And those are all 30% off the reduced price. So these products are on sale, and then the show special is going to be 30% off in addition to the discounted price. And the discount code for that is going to be Scrapbook Expo. And then lastly, our last special that's included with that discount code is any of our other 6 by 6, 8 by 8, or 6 by 8 paper pads that we have in stock. Those are 30% off. Thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Judy and I are here to answer any questions you have. Thank you.